Hello and welcome back. Today I want to answer the question, who exactly are the Pharisees? If you look at the New Testament writings, specifically the Gospels, you will see in multiple places where the Lord Jesus Christ has disputes with this sect known as the Pharisees. But who exactly are they? Well, in Dr. Craig Blomberg's book, Jesus and the Gospels, he says on page 50, according to Josephus, the Pharisees emerged by at least the 1st century BC during the reign of John Hyrcanus, and they were, of course, the largest Jews, numbering around 6,000. Now, it's important to understand that they opposed the merging of the role of priest and king into one office during the reign of the Hasmonean dynasty. Their name means to separate, because they had this idea of separating in order to, of course, follow the laws. And if they followed the laws, then the Lord would send the Messiah. But they stressed more than anything the adherence to the totality of the law, specifically the 613 commands. But more on that in just a minute. But I want us to also understand that primarily their members were made up of middle class people, and their primary area of operation was around the synagogues. But in addition to following the laws, they accepted both the oral traditions, which are known in the scriptures as the teaching of the elders, and they also affirmed the Old Testament, the law, the first 5 books of Moses, and so they would try to apply the law to every aspect of life, depending on how they would interpret certain texts. And I want us to also understand some of the distinct doctrines that they had. They held to a certain combination of human responsibility or free will and predestination, and they also held to the belief in the resurrection, spirits, angels, and demons. And I want to make that clear with regards to a text in the book of Acts, chapter 23, verse 6 through 8. It says, when Paul realized that one part of one of the part was Sadducees and the other part was Pharisees, he cried out in the Sanhedrin. The Sanhedrin is the ruling body of the Jews. He says, brothers, I am a Pharisee, a son of a Pharisee. I am being judged because of the hope of the resurrection. So once again, this is the distinct doctrine that the Sadducees hold on to, which would be the resurrection of the dead. And it continues on in verse 7. It says, when he said this, a dispute broke out between the Pharisees and the Sadducees, and the assembly was divided. For the Sadducees say there is no resurrection, and neither angel nor spirit, but the Pharisees affirm them all. So I want to close real quick right here with regards to where would the Lord Jesus Christ basically be in this discussion. Of course, he was, of course, on his own, but he would more agree with the Pharisees than the Sadducees, because of course the Pharisees affirmed the resurrection from the dead and the spirits and angels. So I hope this was beneficial, just to have a small taste of what the Pharisees believed, and be on the lookout for further episodes in the future. Thank you.